Leo, 12 inner movements that could redefine your path. Something is stirring inside you, Leo, and it is not the kind of stirring you can easily dismiss or push aside. It is deep, persistent, and strangely familiar, as though a part of you that has been sleeping for years has finally opened its eyes and begun to take notice of the world around it. These inner movements are not random. They are not accidents of emotion or fleeting moods that will pass with the changing of the weather. They are signals, Leo, signals from the deepest part of your being that something fundamental is shifting, and that the path you have been walking is about to curve in a direction you did not expect. Movement 1. The first inner movement is the gradual dissolving of the need to be in control. For most of your life, Leo, you have held the reins tightly, guiding every situation with a steady hand, making sure that nothing slipped through the cracks, ensuring that the people around you were taken care of, and that the world kept spinning in the direction you intended. And there is nothing wrong with that instinct. It comes from a place of love, a place of responsibility, a place of genuine care for the people and things that matter most to you. But somewhere along the way, that need for control became a prison. It became a cage that prevented you from experiencing the kind of freedom that only comes when you loosen your grip and allow life to surprise you. This movement is not about becoming careless or irresponsible. It is about learning to trust. Trust in the process, trust in the timing, trust in the intelligence of a universe that has been taking care of you long before you started trying to take care of everything yourself. When you release the need to control every outcome, something beautiful happens. Space opens up. Possibilities emerge that you could never have planned for. And the path that unfolds before you is richer, more varied, and more aligned with your true desires than anything you could have engineered on your own. Movement 2. The second inner movement is a shift in the way you define success. For years, perhaps for your entire life, success has been measured in external terms. Accomplishments, recognition, the approval of others, the tangible evidence that your efforts have produced results. And while those things are not unimportant, you are beginning to realize that they tell only a fraction of the story. True success, the kind that fills you up rather than drains you, is not about what you achieve but about how you feel while you are achieving it. It is not about reaching the destination but about the quality of the journey. This realization is quiet but powerful. It changes the way you approach your daily life, the way you set goals, the way you evaluate your progress. Instead of asking, "What did I accomplish today?" you begin to ask, "How did I feel today? Was I present? Was I connected to the things that matter most to me? Did I spend my time and energy in ways that align with my deepest values?" And when the answers to those questions are yes, you begin to understand that you are more successful than you ever gave yourself credit for, regardless of what the external scorecard might say. Movement 3. The third inner movement is a deepening of your emotional honesty. Leo is known for warmth, for generosity, for a kind of radiant positivity that lights up every room you enter. But behind that warmth, there have often been emotions that you have been afraid to express. Sadness, frustration, disappointment, loneliness. You have kept those feelings hidden, not because you are ashamed of them, but because you did not want to burden the people who depend on you for strength. You did not want to crack the image of the confident, capable Leo that everyone has come to rely on. But here is what you are beginning to understand. Emotional honesty is not a burden. It is a gift. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, when you show the people you love that you are human, with all the messy, complicated, beautiful emotions that come with being alive, you give them permission to do the same. You deepen your connections in ways that surface-level positivity never could. And you free yourself from the exhausting work of pretending that everything is fine when it is not, allowing your energy to flow toward the things that truly matter rather than being consumed by the effort of maintaining a mask. Movement 4. The fourth inner movement is the recognition that rest is not laziness but wisdom. For so long, Leo, you have equated your worth with your output. You have pushed yourself relentlessly, driven by the belief that slowing down means falling behind, that resting means missing out, that stillness is somehow a failure of ambition. But your body and your spirit are telling you a different story now. They are whispering gently but firmly that the most productive thing you can do right now is stop. Breathe. Let the soil of your being lie fallow for a season so that new things can take root and grow. This is not a sign of weakness, Leo. It is a sign of maturity. It is the recognition that you cannot pour from an empty cup, that the fire that burns inside you needs fuel, and that the most potent fuel is not more activity but more presence. When you allow yourself to rest without guilt, You discover reserves of energy and creativity that you did not know you had. You discover that the best ideas come not when you are striving and pushing, but when you are still and receptive, open to the whispers of inspiration that can only be heard in silence. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Movement 5. The fifth inner movement is a recalibration of your relationship with fear. You have never been someone who runs from challenges, Leo. In fact, you have spent much of your life running toward them, meeting difficulty head-on with the full force of your courage and determination. But there is a particular kind of fear that has been harder for you to confront. The fear of being truly seen. Not the version of yourself that you present to the world polished and prepared, but the raw, unedited, imperfect version that exists beneath the surface. This fear is dissolving now, slowly but surely. You are beginning to understand that being truly seen is not a threat but an invitation. An invitation to connect more deeply, to love more fully, to live more authentically. And as that understanding takes root, you find yourself willing to take risks that once seemed impossible. You find yourself willing to speak truths that once felt too dangerous to voice. You find yourself willing to step into the light without your armor, trusting that the real you is not only enough but is, in fact, magnificent. Movement 6. The sixth inner movement is a growing awareness of the interconnectedness of all things. For much of your life, you have operated as an individual, relying on your own strength, your own talent, your own determination to carry you through. And while that independence has served you well in many ways, you are beginning to see that it has also kept you isolated in ways you did not fully recognize. You are beginning to understand that your life is not a solo performance but a symphony, and that the most beautiful music is made not when you play alone, but when you allow your voice to blend with the voices of others. This awareness is changing the way you relate to the people around you. You are becoming more open to collaboration, more willing to ask for help, more capable of receiving the love and support that others have been trying to give you for years. And in this opening, you are discovering something extraordinary, that vulnerability is not the opposite of strength but its highest expression, and that the connections you form when you are truly open are more powerful and more sustaining than anything you could have built on your own. Movement 7. The seventh inner movement is a renewal of your creative vision. There was a time, Leo, when your imagination was wild and untamed, when you could look at the world and see possibilities everywhere, when every blank canvas was an invitation and every empty page was a promise. But somewhere along the way, that creative fire was dampened by the demands of daily life, by the weight of responsibilities that left little room for dreaming. You stopped seeing possibilities and started seeing problems. You stopped imagining what could be and started focusing on what is. Now, that creative vision is returning. Not all at once, but in flashes. A sudden inspiration while you are doing something mundane. A vivid dream that stays with you long after you wake. An unexpected surge of excitement about a project or an idea that you had almost forgotten about. Pay attention to these flashes, Leo. They are not random. They are the universe reminding you of a part of yourself that you cannot afford to neglect any longer. A part that is essential to your happiness, your fulfillment, and your sense of purpose in the world. Some people watch. Others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting. It's about moving. Movement 8. The eighth inner movement is a softening of the judgments you hold against yourself. Leo, you have always been your own harshest critic. The standards you set for yourself are impossibly high, and when you fall short of them, as every human being inevitably does, you punish yourself with a severity that you would never dream of directing at someone you love. You replay your failures. You catalog your shortcomings. You hold yourself to a standard of perfection that leaves no room for the beautiful, messy, gloriously imperfect process of being human. This softening is long overdue. You are beginning to treat yourself with the same compassion and generosity that you have always shown to others, and in doing so, you are discovering that self-compassion is not self-indulgence. It is the foundation upon which all genuine growth is built. When you stop beating yourself up for your mistakes and start seeing them as opportunities for learning and growth, everything changes. Your energy shifts from defensive to expansive. Your focus shifts from avoiding failure to pursuing joy, and the path that opens before you is wider, brighter, and more inviting than anything you could have imagined. Movement 9. The ninth inner movement is a reconnection with your physical body. For years, you may have treated your body as a vehicle, something that carries you from place to place, something that needs to be maintained but not necessarily celebrated. You may have ignored its signals, pushed through its pain, dismissed its need for attention and care. But your body is more than a vehicle, Leo. It is your home. It is the only place in the entire universe where you truly live, and the quality of that home directly affects the quality of everything else in your life. This reconnection is inviting you to listen more carefully to what your body is telling you, to honor its rhythms, to nourish it with the care and attention it deserves. It is inviting you to slow down when your body asks you to slow down, to move when it asks you to move, to rest when it asks you to rest. And as you begin to honor these signals, you will find that your body responds with renewed vitality, with energy you thought you had lost, with a sense of physical presence and aliveness that enhances every other aspect of your existence. Movement 10. The 10th inner movement is a shift in your relationship with time. For most of your life, you have viewed time as a resource to be managed, a commodity to be spent wisely, a finite quantity that is always running out. And that perspective has kept you in a constant state of urgency, always rushing, always planning, always worried that there is not enough time to do everything that needs to be done. But now something is shifting. You are beginning to experience time differently, not as an enemy to be outrun but as a companion to be embraced. This shift allows you to be more present in each moment, to savor the small pleasures that you used to rush past in your hurry to get to the next thing. It allows you to breathe more deeply, to notice more keenly, to appreciate more fully the extraordinary beauty of an ordinary day. And in this new relationship with time, you discover something paradoxical. When you stop fighting time, when you stop trying to squeeze every last drop of productivity out of every minute, you actually end up with more of it. Not more minutes on the clock, but more richness, more depth, more substance in each moment that passes. Movement 11. The 11th inner movement is a quiet but unmistakable sense that you are being guided, not by any external force or authority, but by something within you that knows exactly where you need to go and what you need to do to get there. Call it intuition, call it inner wisdom, call it the voice of your highest self. Whatever name you give it, it is becoming louder and clearer with each passing day. And the more you listen to it, the more you trust it, the more accurately it guides you. This inner guidance is not always comfortable. Sometimes it points you in directions that defy logic, that contradict the advice of well-meaning friends and family, that require you to take leaps of faith that your rational mind finds terrifying. But when you follow it, Leo, when you trust the voice that speaks from the deepest part of your being, the results are always more beautiful, more fulfilling, and more aligned with your true purpose than anything your logical mind could have devised on its own. Movement 12. The 12th and final inner movement is perhaps the most powerful of all. It is the growing, unshakable conviction that the best is yet to come. Not in a naive, wishful thinking kind of way, but in a deep, grounded, evidence-based way that draws on everything you have experienced, everything you have survived, everything you have learned over the course of a life fully lived. You look at the road ahead and you see not decline but possibility, not endings but beginnings, not the fading of your light but the intensification of it, a brilliance that can only be achieved by someone who has weathered the storms and emerged stronger on the other side. This conviction is your compass, Leo. It is the North Star that guides you through the uncertainty of these times, the anchor that holds you steady when the waters get rough. And it is not based on fantasy or denial but on the simple, undeniable truth that you have more to give, more to learn, more to experience, and more to become than you ever dared to believe. The inner movements that are reshaping your path right now are not taking you away from yourself. They are bringing you home. Home to the truth of who you are. Home to the power that has always been yours. Home to the magnificent, radiant, unstoppable force that the universe created when it brought you into being. You have two options after this video: close it and hope things shift, or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.